everyone, it's Berlin. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have part 3 of my planner flip by section, and I know that this is kind of like my spring planner flip, and I know it is not spring anymore, far from it, but I still wanted to make sure that I got this video up. Life just kind of got in the way of filming the video for part 3, but today we're gonna do it. It's all about my agenda section. If you missed it, I already did part 1, which was my inbox section in detail, and part 2 was my trackers and logs section in detail. So today we're gonna do my agenda section in detail, and let's just jump into it. So this is my agenda section. It houses many different things in here. So first I have a little note here from my daughter, as you will find throughout my planner all the time. A sticky note. This is from my shop. It's one of the floral packs in my shop. And then when I go into this, I just have another note, a sticker that I have, and then some washi tape strips that I just like, when I use washi tape and I have leftover, I just like pile them in anywhere in my planner because they come in handy to use all the time when I have to stick things in my planner. So the first thing here, I have a piece of vellum, and this design is actually a freebie. It is on my website, which is planwithbee.com. It's a free dashboard. You can find this and many others on my website that you can download. And then next I have the 2023 holidays list. Again, another freebie on my website. And after that, I have the 2024 holidays list, which I released, I want to say it was maybe a month ago or so. But this is a freebie as well on my website. I put out the holidays list every year as a freebie. I love making them. So this is for the upcoming year, for 2024. And then here I have this insert, which is from Peanuts Planner Co. I just basically mark off the month once it has gone by, and that's pretty much all I use it for. But I just have that in here. This is another one from Peanuts Planner Co. They come in the same pack. They're the dated yearly pack. And this one, I have been horrible this year at filling this out. Over many years, as long as I can honestly remember that she's been making these, I have always used these in my planner to record important events and appointments after they've happened. So I don't use this for forward planning or anything that could be like tentative dates. I just keep this as a record for things that have already happened, and then I keep all of these inserts from years prior in a reference planner. So I will fill this out. I usually at the end of each month would go back and fill it out, but I've been horrible at doing it. So basically at the end of this year is probably when I will fill this out to put in my reference planner, but it's just like a nice record to have on hand, and the entire years on one fold out, so I love that. After that, I have my perpetual calendar. I have birthdays, anniversaries, important annual things that maybe have to get done, or events that have happened that I want to remember, just all listed on here. After that, I just have another vellum. This is my Grit and Grace dashboard. This is very old, but one of my favorites. And this is actually something that was sold in a bundle in my shop for the past couple years. And I decided recently that I wanted to retire the bundles of dashboards that were in my shop. So I wanted to keep my favorite one out of one of the bundles, and that was this Grit and Grace. And I offer it now as a freebie, as a thank you to everybody who constantly supports my small business. So you can find this now as a freebie on my website. And then after that, it goes into my calendar section, my monthlies, and this design right here is also a freebie. It's a dashboard on my website, another very old one, but I absolutely love this one. It's one of my favorites. So before I jump into what's currently in my planner, I have to say my agenda section is like a revolving door. But basically, when I take inserts out of my planner, I put them into my processing bin, and then from that point I process them if I need to throw them away, if I need to add them to a reference planner, if I need to extract information from the insert before I put it into a reference planner. And I also toss every like test print out because I'm constantly test printing, so those all go in there. So anyways, since I make inserts, obviously, I like to test inserts. So some of these are just in here because I've tested them for a week, a month, whatever it may be. Some of them were like being heavily used, and I just decided to switch to something else. So I just want to share with you what I had in here before. So you guys have seen this if you've watched any of my planner flips or follow me on Instagram. This was an insert that I had used heavily. I had the entire year in here. I love this insert. I will put on the bottom of the screen or down in the description box somewhere what each of these inserts are, but this is the like month at a glance fold out. This is in my shop on Etsy, which is Plan with Bee LLC, and I just love this because it gave a really great overview of each month, and it just folds up and goes in your planner. And of course, I'd like to decorate right in here with some washi because this is one of my favorite washies, so that I was using for a while. And then at some point, I was testing out this fold out, which just has the weeks on the back. It's like an insert you're going to see, one that is older, that is very like popular in my shop, but basically I was seeing how I liked it with like the full calendar on the front. Didn't work for me, but I know some people like to have like a full calendar, so this is great because it folds out and gives lots of space for smaller planners. I was using this insert, which is another variation of an insert I'm going to show you in a moment. And this one is a fold out. It just has the monthly overview on the front and then all the weeks for that month on the back. And what's different is just the front is a little bit of a different variation than the original one. So I'll show you the original in a moment. And then I was using this at some point, which I then also printed on the back side some weeklies that I was using as well. So I had the month and then it went into the weeklies, and then I just ended up switching from that. So that I was using. Here's some dailies that I was using at one point, more dailies that I was using at one point. I found these in my processing bin just so I can like show you something, but basically yeah, I was using these weeklies at one point. At one point too, I was using my upcoming plans insert, which I created to be more for like forward planning and like on a yearly basis, monthly basis, whatever. And at one point I was using it on a weekly basis. It does not come with the lines wide at the top and then down here normal. I did this variation for myself personally, just so that I had like something to differentiate the appointments from the tasks. And this was working for a few weeks, but it wasn't working anymore for me, so I stopped doing that. And then here's just another weekly I was using. This is also from my shop. And then this design here is another free dashboard from my website, planwithbee.com. And then, so I just printed this on the front of this just so I had like something pretty on the front. But on the back, I had the horizontal monthly, which is also in my shop, and then I was using my coded inbox insert along with it, so I kind of just like set this up as how I wanted to use it in my planner. So I was basically just having like a calendar view, and then the coded inbox I was using for like tasks. I didn't really like this setup for myself personally, so I didn't use it very long. But those are just some of the things that I had in here. But now let's jump into like what I actually have in here right now. So when I go through here, here's all the months. I went to the monthly snapshot insert version 2. I have 2 different versions of the monthly snapshot, and I was using it. This is dated for me personally. The ones in my shop are all undated. So I was just using this, and what I did was on the back side of each of them, I printed just grids so that I could just put sticky notes, because I plan my life on sticky notes. So I just thought it was great if I could have a place to stick them that could like just correspond with the month. And that was working really, really well. I was using some of my freebie sticky notes here. I didn't use them on a sticky note. I just would print them and use washi. But I would use this for like a weekly list and just like pile them in here. And I live off sticky notes. I can move them around. It's very nice. And then over here I had the monthly overview. And basically that's what it was looking like for the first half of the year. And then here I just had, I have a projects and events plans because I was planning out my daughter's birthday party, which I really need to update the info on here. But basically I used to have a currently section. It was its own section. It was right behind my agenda section, and in the currently section would be anything current, anything pertaining to whatever I was working on, projects, events, notes, whatever I needed like in the moment. But with the way I set up my planner now, I'm now shoving in whatever I'm working on currently into like that weekly area in my planner. So this is just shoved in here so that I can easily access it around the time that I needed it. And then following that, I just have an invites list, which had all of my daughter's invites on them that I had to have RSVP, and I had to check off if they were coming. This is an insert in my shop. This is an insert in my shop. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. And the backside here, I printed just one of my grid notes on it. This is another insert from my shop from, what is it called? I think it's the Wildflower Grid Notes bundle. But basically, I just wanted like blank grid on the back to write on, like if I have additional notes, instead of having the same template on the back side. So that's what I did there. And then it goes into July, so I no longer have a monthly overview. I decided to go full on weekly overview. And one of my newer inserts is 092. It's called the weekly snapshot. It goes really well with the monthly snapshots that you can find in my shop. But I absolutely love this insert. Basically, I have this little weekly strip at the top. It's very small, but it gives a great snapshot of my week. I use some color coding, some stickers, and I just basically correspond whatever's up here with the date and description boxes here. So I could put a sticker and then write like what that sticker is for, or I could color code, or you don't even have to use this as like to correspond with dates up here. You could use this for like bills, when certain bills are due, or deadlines, things like that. I mean, you could use it however you want. And then down here is just a running weekly task list, which I just have completely across the entire page because I like to write details. I like to write little notes, as you can see. So that's what I was using. And this is just what it's looking like for the past several weeks. And I have the rest of the entire year in here, so I will show you guys that. I also like to cut out little inserts that I can cut kind of in half here and put little tabs on them and just have them layered in between the weeks of things that I'm working on, but I don't want it to like block the entire view of the following week. So I love layering those in here. These are all from my shop. The checklist inserts are the coded checklist bundle. Because they have two columns going down the page and it's the same front and back, I'm able to just trim right down the middle and use it as like a little half-C sheet. And yeah, I have all the upcoming weeks in here until the end of the year. An appointment sticky note from my shop, which again, I don't use as sticky note anymore. I just tape them in here. I just have all these in here. I have a little vacation packing list. This is also from my shop that I just cut just like that checklist in half so that I could have a packing list in here. And it just goes to the end of the year. So I have some things that are coming up that I just like to have written down and ready to go. And this is great. This is working out perfect for me. This is definitely my favorite insert right now, so I absolutely love it. I'm currently in the process of doing dated ones for 2024. So the undated has been up in the shop already, but for 2024, I'm working on it, and they take a long time to do. So just bear with me if you are waiting on the dated weekly snapshot inserts. Then after that, at the very end of my agenda section, I just have my upcoming plans insert. Again, this is from my Etsy shop. And what I like to use this for is upcoming plans for the following year, so that when I do put all of my following year inserts in here, I can very easily look at this in a very streamlined list with, you know, I can have color coding. I have dates out here. There's a priority checklist that you can prioritize things by urgency. You can color code, letter code, number code, whatever. So if it's like appointments versus tasks, and basically I just fill in everything that I need to, so that when I enter my next year's inserts in here, I can just pull this list out, look at it, and easily add everything to my upcoming calendar. And this is a blank one that I have in here for 2025 because I'm getting ready to add my 2024 inserts in here. But this is actually what it looks like in the shop. It's the slimmer lines. This is like the standard lines that are on all of my inserts in my shop. This one where I doubled it, I just did for myself personally. So this is not how it is in the shop, but this is what it looks like. And then I just have a tab here that says upcoming. I also want to mention, a lot of people ask me about my tabs, so I'll quickly tell you all of my like dividers and things like that. I make all of these myself on my laptop and print them out and then cut them and laminate them. So all of these are made by me. The only thing I did purchase are like these little tabs, which come in various colors in a pack. I love these. They're pretty durable. They're like, I can't even explain the texture, but they're really nice. I like them a lot. They're linked on my Amazon storefront, which I will link in the description box, but I really like these. I'm using a different color for 2024. And on some tabs, I like to add washi tape just so it's not so like, I don't know, it just adds a little pop, and this is one of my favorite washi tapes. And then these, I actually got these tabs, let me show you, at the Dollar Tree. I find a lot of good things at the Dollar Tree, like page flags and sticky notes and tabs of sorts. Let me show you. So these are the tabs that I got from the Dollar Tree. They're by the brand Jot. That's usually the brand that I find all these various sticky notes in and little page flags and stuff. Not everything is great, but what I've found so far have been really good finds, and the sticky notes have been sticking for me. So these are how big they are. What I actually did was I took this and I cut it in half, and then I used my corner rounder to round the corners just so it was like a smaller tab. And then I just used my label maker and I just added upcoming to there so I could easily find the inserts. And I just wanted to show you these little tabs here that I mentioned. This is the pack they come in, and there's like various colors in here. They're really pretty. I like them a lot, and I think the color I'm going to be using, I might have in my planner already. I think I might use this one. It's kind of like a mauvey brown. It's really pretty. I don't know. I like them all. I really like the green too. But anyways, so those are linked on my Amazon storefront. But if you have a Dollar Tree near you, always check their stationery and like arts and crafts area. They have really good finds sometimes. And then following that section is my notes and miscellaneous section. I'm just gonna quickly add this in here because it kind of goes with it. So in here, basically I always have things shoved on here. These are also from the Dollar Tree, but I will tell you, they have the stickiness in the wrong spot. So the stickiness should be like the length of this so that you can put it like this, but it's not. They have it just on this bottom half. So you can see only the bottom half sticks, but I still make it work. It still works great, even though there's a little bit of stickiness that hangs off. And those I got at the Dollar Tree. I really like those a lot. This is from my shop. This is the freebie from my website that I printed on vellum. And then behind here, I just have a bunch of different lists and collections and notes and things that I don't have covered up enough to show you. But I just have random paper. I just cleaned out my planner too, and I took probably about 25 pages worth of notes and stuff out of here. It was insane how much I took out, or 25% of what was in my planner. So then I just have one of these. This is also from one of the packs on my Etsy. And then behind here I have all my other sections, which I am probably not going to go into detail about in a video because there's so much personal and private information in these sections on all these inserts that I'd have to cover so much up. It probably would not even be a very entertaining video. So that was my agenda section. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Please make sure that you guys follow me over on Instagram, which is at _planwithbee_. I share lots of tips and tricks over there, lots of inspiration. I let you know when I have flash sales going on in my shop and new freebies out on my website. So I'd love to have you over there. And if you're using any inserts by me, I would love for you to tag me so I can see how you're using them. I absolutely love seeing how everybody is setting up their planners and using certain inserts in their planners. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.